Kevin, let's talk about Colourblind and how some people say that you were the first rapper on there. Some of the things, but it's amazing.
It's sort of weird. Yeah, I'm world renowned as that, aren't I? No, we started hearing rap stuff coming out of New York. I'd heard the Wild Style, that film, the documentary. There was a soundtrack album that blew my mind, and how all these acts, Double Trouble, and I mean, we'd heard Grandmaster Flash, and that blew my mind. But it was, to me, it felt like the equivalent. It was like punk rock. All these young kids that came from nothing, who sort of got their own scene together, and they were just inspired to the point where they were, stealing power and having parties, and I'd read little things about it, and it freaked me out. I thought it was just so amazing, and so I really started to key in on. I'd go on the road and I'd try to find these records. I'd say, "You have rap records?" And started getting into Curtis Blow and even some stuff like Schoolie D from Philadelphia. Like that, which was like a precursor to gangster rap. He was talking about stuff like.
Oh, dude, I've hung out with Schoolie.
Have you?
In Philly.
Yeah. Oh, wow. But anyway, that was such a menacing. That was such a menacing. But it just intrigued me. I was blown away by it, and so I don't know. I don't know that I try to do that now because of what's happening in society. But it was like back then. It was just a total tribute, and we thought we were doing this song that was, basically addressing racism and our very naive take on it. And I just loved the idea, and I think I loved the Men in Blue song from Youth Brigade. They had a rap part of it, and I just thought, hey, let's try it. And so
I think it's cool that you did. And you mentioned that because at that period of time when you were first hearing things like the Breaks 12-inch with Curtis Blow, or most importantly, The Message, that 12-inch, which blew so many people your my age away the first time you heard it. You was like, what is this? Yeah. This is amazing.
It was crazy.
That was its own punk rock, and it changed everything.
Absolutely, yeah. And look what it's become now. That was it. It was just I related to it to a certain extent. I don't know why. It was because I came from a whole different world, but it just really, something resonated with me, and I really fell in love with it early on. And
I think it's cool too because and I think the way you incorporated it, that's so much to do with the youth and the enthusiasm, but also the observation. And being a bit naive as we are when we were younger. Just saying, hey, you know what? I can do this. I'm going to do this. And I think that's a really cool thing, the way that came out.
It was fun. It was for the time it worked. And like I said, if I was making a record now, would I try to rap? And I probably wouldn't. But I learned then I wasn't so good at it. But it's been fun, and it's a fun live. We play it live. We'd play it live every once in a while, and the whole crowd would sing along with it. And it's always, it was always a good live song. So
that's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did that.
Thank you. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was cool.